everyone. Thanks for tuning back in. Um, so I'm gonna channel some guidance again, and the kind of the theme here so far that's coming through is about friendships and energy. So it's a question of, are you aware of who you spend your time with and how they make you feel? And that may sound silly and obvious, but for many of us, we can spend our time with people. We can do things on autopilot. We can feel sort of um, obliged to meet somebody or do something with somebody or, yeah, just hang out. But are you really stopping to ask yourself how that is feeling for you? Now, this isn't about, you needing to receive something from friendship, because it is always a flow. It's an exchange of energies between two people. It's not that you're going for something and, you're taking something from them, but it is a mutual exchange. And so for many people, there just simply isn't that awareness of what's actually going on. So I feel that the message they're giving me here is about being aware of that transaction and that interaction. So instead of just being on that autopilot, on the sort of day-to-day, hi, yeah, just, chatting, getting on with it, stop and ask yourself what's going on the inside. And perhaps not in that moment. Perhaps you are very much caught up in the conversation, and you're trying to be a good listener, and, you're in that zone of where you are as the human in the 3D body at that given time. If that's the case, it's afterwards then. As you walk away after you've left that person, feel what just happened. How was that for me? What was coming up? Was there anything where I felt tense or anxious or nervous? Did I feel really at peace? Did I feel authentic and true and just at ease, comfortable? Was there a flow? Was the interaction there equal? Did it feel like it was, a bit of a give and take and a balance? Or did it feel one-sided? Did it feel that that person just simply wanted to talk at me? And I say at, was that person sort of offloading their energy onto you? Or did that person need something from you? Did they need to sort of have that give and take and receive some energy from you? And I say that and it sounds like two things there, but it's whether or not you are open to sort of receiving the energy from this person in a positive way and in a balanced way, where you are receiving some of theirs but also having space to share some of your own energy. Or are they simply dumping all of theirs onto you and you feel overwhelmed and bombarded and weighted and heavy by that? What's going on for you? Which sort of energy role are you playing, or is it balanced? And I feel that that is what this is about. It's about being aware that really things should be balanced. And yes, at times, we're all there for other people and it can feel that, we've taken on a lot of their stress, or we've helped them with something really quite sort of tough and challenging, and that can wear us down. And that's normal. That's absolutely fine. We all do that. We need to do that. And we will have those roles ourselves where we feel that we are perhaps offloading onto someone else or asking a lot of somebody else. But it's being aware of whether that is an ongoing issue or an ongoing thing in a situation, or whether it's just because of what was happening at that period in time. So really, I feel that it's just being mindful of how you share your energy, how you share your time, and whether that is good for you, whether that is comfortable for you, whether you're okay with that. So instead of just doing it without even stopping to question things, ask yourself, am I okay with this? Am I okay meeting up with this person and having this conversation and coming away feeling like this? Would I have been happier if perhaps it wasn't so one-sided? Do I feel bad for perhaps oversharing on my part? Should I have asked them more questions? Should I have given my sort of attention to their needs more? What is the balance? If we see it as literally as a pair of scales, where did that conversation, that meeting, that exchange of energy fall? Was it fairly in the middle? Was it neutral? Was it one end, the other? Have a stop, have a think, have a feel. And I feel that the reason they are saying this is because we can just live our lives so much on autopilot, so much about expectation, demands, what somebody else expects of us, or perhaps even what somebody else needs of us. And if you're an empath, which many of you will be, and you're very, very nurturing, you have that maternal, caring energy where you want to support people, help people, guide people, you are more likely to give off a lot of your energy. You're not allowed to naturally, that's what they're telling me, but also you are allowing that to happen. So much like a sponge, if you think of a sponge full of water, and that's you, and you're absolutely oozing with all this passion, there's the energy, the flowing with the beauty of the water. It's mother nature. It's essential. Water is essential. You are that sponge, you are full of it. And people know that, people are drawn to that. So if they come to you and they give you this squeeze, and they've released some of that water from you and they've taken some of that, and then somebody else comes and then they take a bit more of your water, and then by the end of that day or the end of that week, you're feeling quite drained, quite lethargic, tired, perhaps quite weak, dehydrated, even literally. And you suddenly realize actually it's because everybody else has been taking this life force energy from you, and you've had no way of replenishing that. So then you come away all dry, all cold, all hardened to what has happened to you in that week, which that's not who you are. So it's about being aware and having that balance of your energy, and what's going on and who's taking what when, how much you're allowing that to happen, how aware you are of it. Are you in control of it? Could you perhaps regain some control? So if you do have a friendship or a colleague or a family member who sort of zaps you of that life force, of that water, is there something you could do differently? Could you perhaps meet in a different location? Could you perhaps share your feelings of the day so that they're aware of what's going on in your inner world, so perhaps they won't offload too much of their energy onto you? And I know many of you want to support those people, and I feel that it is feeling very focused on that, about people sort of draining energy. Um, but I feel that, the point here is it's not always about what that other person's doing. It's about how you are sort of receiving that energy. Are you open and just letting that happen? Or are you feeling a bit more aware, a bit more sort of controlled? Are you setting a boundary? And this relates to one of the earlier readings. So boundaries, be aware. Be aware of your energy, your own personal space, your own feelings. Be aware of who you want to let into your life and when. And that sounds mean, it sounds sort of selfish and harsh, a little bit cold. But sometimes you have to be a bit like that in order to heal yourself. If you're constantly allowing other people to come into your life and take from you, and you're not putting any time back in for yourself, then you are draining yourself. You are not allowing your full light in your full soul being to come forward. It is sitting there in the dark, it is sitting there small, and it's dehydrated, it's lost, it's lonely. It needs to be recharged. So as well, I feel like have a think about situations that bring out that light and that joy within you. Where do you go into a place of flow? Where do you feel happy? If you imagine this sponge again, if you imagine a waterfall or a great body of water just flowing, even a bathtub or a shower, and that feeling, that energy of that continuous healing beauty and power, where in your life do you relate and connect with some feeling like that? It could be when you're playing music, or it could be going out for a run, or doing something creative, or it could be having that conversation in a cafe with a friend where you just feel that you're just unguarded, you're free, you're relaxed, and you're content, you're happy. So yeah, pay attention to what's going on in those daily interactions. Be a bit more aware. Be kinder to yourself. Dedicate some time for you, and prioritize those people that make you feel balanced, where it's equal, it's not one taking from the other, or any demands or any expectation. It's just at ease, it's comfortable. Those are soul connections. Those are connections that you have known those people before, in past lives, in other lifetimes, And that's why that resonance is so beautiful. It's so elevated, it's so still and peaceful. That's why you feel that you can reveal the true nature of who you are, because they've already seen it and you've already seen them. You know each other. And you may feel that actually, we've only known each other for a few months, or, we've worked together for a week, but you feel just comfortable and at ease. That's because there's more to it, there's more underlying there. And yeah, it's soul alignment. So trust it, listen to it, pay attention. And if you've got those people in your life where you really don't feel that and you feel quite a lot of heaviness, a bit of frustration, perhaps even anger at times, just ask yourself what's going on and what it's doing, what's been triggered there for you, and see if there's anything you can do to lighten that load, to balance things out, and not be drained of all of your life force, your beauty, your water. Okay, I hope there was something in there that made sense for you. As I always say, this is channeled guidance. I have not sat here and sort of thought or planned what I'm going to say. It just flows through me, and I trust in that guidance. And as always, I will listen to this myself later and see what I can take from it too. And I hope you have time to do the same. Have a great day. Thanks for listening. Bye.